Hello, good evening and welcome to Everything About Football. My name's Tibbsy, this is Jono.
Hello.
Today's subject, we're going to talk about the upcoming World Cup.
The what?
The upcoming World Cup.
Was there a World Cup on this year?
Well, this is why I wanted to discuss it, because I actually haven't realised, it's just not on the radar.
No, it
really isn't on the radar for me this year.
No, I didn't even realise it. Well, I had to keep asking, when is it? And they went, oh, well, I think it was you, Sunday.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Already?
Yeah, starts Sunday.
Middle
of November.
Yeah, middle of nowhere.
Middle of nowhere is right.
Yeah.
Middle of nowhere is right. I was watching something last night about it, and the fans that go in there been offered tents because they haven't got enough accommodation for them.
Really?
Yeah, they've brought in 2 big shipping liners that hold 6,000 people. That's the accommodation for fans.
Is it? What, on a shipping liner?
On a shipping liner.
They're going to sleep on a shipping liner?
Yeah. But it's almost like they've prepared for a World Cup like one country's fans are going to arrive because they've got no hotel accommodation available. They've got tents on a beach, which is an hour outside the city. And they've got a shipping liner. And they've also done the shipping containers, the big steel containers.
Yeah. And
turned them into accommodation.
Wow.
With no aircon or anything.
No windows.
120 degrees when you get up in the morning. It's going to be a wonderful World Cup for anyone who's paying good money to go out there, that's for sure. That's for sure.
Yeah, but they ain't going to get any sleep.
No.
Oh well.
No.
That's the mindset of it all, isn't it? And there's just the flabbergastery, if that's a word, of the whole decision. And FIFA. Well done, FIFA.
Well done, FIFA. Terrific. But it's like, to be fair to them, the stadiums are going to blow you away. They're incredible, the stadiums that they've built.
Yeah. At what cost, though?
Well,
and not financially.
I saw one last night. It's built out of shipping containers.
Here we go.
The actual stadium is built by shipping containers, the big steel containers. And you can see them as you go to the ground. They're still numbered.
Are they?
Yeah.
They've still got the haulage company on the side of them.
But inside the ground, it's just phenomenal. And the question was thrown at the guy that was there, how much it cost, and he said, well, this one was $1 billion. But he did point out it cost less than Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Yeah, but Tottenham Hotspur Stadium was built properly.
Yeah. They reckon that they've had the top architects from around the world to build these stadiums.
All that money out there and they use shipping containers.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's clever or not.
And what do they do with these stadiums after the World Cup? That's the thing, isn't it?
Well, they'll be able to send them around the world with goods in. Won't they? Get them stuck in the Suez Canal.
Right, on to the football side of it. What do you reckon on England's chances then, Jono?
If I'm honest, I don't know. I'm not so enthusiastic this year with the squad as I have been in previous years. I'm always optimistic. Like, I'm an Everton fan, for Christ's sake. So if I'm an Everton fan when it comes to England, I'm always optimistic. But realistically, from an England's point of view, I don't know. And even from a tournament point of view, I still don't know because of where it is, everything that's gone on behind the scenes. Don't get me wrong, once the whistle blows and the games kick off, we're into a football tournament, and we all know that football is football. It will galvanise and it will be interesting no matter what. But it's just all the other things around it. Will that impact on the football? Is my issue. But with regards to the World Cup itself, now I'm starting to realise it's here. Now I'm starting to focus on it.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. But as far as England's chances, we'll wait and see.
When he announced the squad, I kind of felt that it was almost like he'd thrown it together. It's always good to have new faces and that, but it just felt to me like he was throwing it together again. Like Rashford brought back into the picture. Oh, he's at good form. He's at good form, but where does he fit in now? You know, Maddison, he's probably always deserved a chance in the England team, but where does he fit in? You know, so many. The boy Gallagher, again, young lad, done brilliantly well at Palace last year, and he's continuing to do well at Chelsea, to be fair. Is it right? I don't know. It just felt when he announced it to me like he was sort of struggling to pull it together.
If I'm honest, that side of the pitch, I'm not worried about. The attacking flair and the attacking players that we've got, I'm not worried about. And you say Rashford and Maddison, can they fit in? Where will they fit in? They probably won't start, no, but you know for a fact that they can replace and they can still do a good job. But at the other end of the pitch, I'm worried. That's where I'm worried. Pickford, I've already explained in previous video how I feel about Pickford. I think he's a great keeper, but he does lose his head a little bit. But then you got the centre backs for me, and this is where the big problems lie. And
sorry, I gotta laugh at that.
Why?
Maguire.
Exactly. Exactly, and he will start every game. Now, I think some of the abuse that he gets is arguably a little bit unfair, or over the top, shall I say? Not necessarily unfair, but over the top. But there's no smoke without fire, and the reason why he's now putting in the performances he is because he's not getting selected at club level, and he's not getting selected because his confidence has got to be shot. His confidence has got to be out the window now, and anything that he does will be magnified, even especially mistakes, right? So he's not on good form. When Gareth Southgate first took up the job, the one thing he said then is we will be picking players on form.
Yeah, that's true.
On form, and there are lots and lots of better centre backs at the moment out there than Harry Maguire. And don't get me wrong, Connor Cody, I love him, and he's galvanised Everton defensively. We're struggling to score goals at the other end now, so we're the reverse of that. Obviously not the last couple of weeks against Bournemouth, he was trounced us on both games. But he's going to develop. But him and Tarkowski, Chiskovsky, how do you pronounce his name? Ski. They've got a good little partnership going. Yeah. And I would have much rather have seen him there instead of Maguire, even though there are other ones above them as well. I don't know. I'm struggling with it.
I don't think there's a fan in the country that wouldn't agree with it.
I'm struggling with the centre backs decisions. I really do. I mean, long gone are the days where we had Rio and John Terry and Big Tony Adams. We don't have those players anymore, do we? But you still would want someone there in a little bit more passion and Ben White hopefully will be a good one if he plays. If he plays, he'll be a good one. But that's where my worry is for England.
It would,
defensively.
to be fair, it would be mine as well.
What about the Scotland squad?
Well, we're rusting up.
Oh, okay.
Because we've more important things in hand.
As
I've mentioned before, the UEFA Nations League top tier. We just feel that at this moment in time, it's possibly more important because, as we've said, we're sitting here, didn't even know there was a World Cup going on.
No, I didn't.
So that's right. Yeah, we're concentrating on that. The same as Italy, by the way.
Yeah. That's a turn up, mind.
That is a turn up.
That's a turn up.
That is a turn up.
Yeah.
The thing about the Italians is no matter how badly they've struggled in qualifying in previous years, they've always done well.
They get there, don't they? Yeah, they do, yeah.
But they haven't done it this time. It's incredible. Especially after beating the English in the Euro finals.
Yeah.
Was that a year ago? Year ago.
Was it? No, I don't know. No idea. No, 20. Yeah, 20. Yeah, 21. Yeah.
It was moved, wasn't it? So,
yeah, it was moved. Yeah.
But I think what I wanted to say about this World Cup is like we've said, it's just kind of crept up on us. I'm used to at the end of the season, you got a World Cup then throughout the summer, and you pay attention to where your country's gone as a somewhere to acclimatise,
yes,
and all the rest of it, don't you? And now it's going to be like you finish a Premier League game
this weekend,
straight into a game the following weekend.
Yeah.
So where's your acclimatisation and all that? There's just nothing.
No.
And I'm kind of disappointed with that because I used to like following where they'd gone and the friendly games they sat at and what have you, just so you could get a measure of how your squad's looking and you could get your information about your injuries and things like that. But that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. The managers of this tournament are just going to be thrown straight in there. Got to pick a team, go.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No warm-up games.
Yeah.
No. Well, the training sessions are going to be limited because, like you say, they've got to acclimatise. You can't just get off the plane at whatever time it is and then go straight onto the training fields. Surely you're going to have to get your body clock sorted out as well. Yeah.
And the other thing about this World Cup, sitting thinking about it, and I'm going to get you to help me out here when I finish talking.
I won't interrupt then.
All right, when I finish talking, no, because you are definitely going to have to help me out.
All right.
Right, so the World Cup's always really, really excited me. Right from a small kid, it was the first time I seen people playing with their socks rolled down and all that kind of thing. I know they can't do that today, but it's true, And I've said to you in previous things that it's the first time I've seen colour TV, that kind of thing. So I was sitting thinking about it and I'm thinking, right, what's exciting me about this World Cup? And I thought to myself, right, players. 1970, the standout name was Pelé. Right, you had a massive list of names in that World Cup. Even the England team, all of them were outstanding players. But the name that stuck out was Pelé.
Of course it was, yeah.
You moved on to 74 in West Germany, and you had Beckenbauer and Cruyff. Two massive names in world football. So you moved on to Argentina in 78, Mario Kempes, Ozzy Ardiles, people like that. Names that you've not forgotten right from back then.
Yeah.
What was it, 82? Again, you had your Socrates in Brazil.
Yeah.
Paolo Rossi for Italy.
Yeah.
The guy had been suspended for, I think, 2 years for the bribery things, I think, or match fixing or something like that. And they suddenly pulled him back into the squad and he just ends up being top goal scorer. So the names stand out. So we go into 86.
Yeah.
Okay, in Mexico. What?
Maradona.
One of the biggest names in world football. Again, it's the greatest moment in Scottish football.
Yeah. I know.
You can't argue that.
No, I know.
But again, the name stands out. So it immediately comes to you.
Yeah.
1990. Gascoigne. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, great player. Yeah, brilliant tournament. Right, the scandal of Maradona in that one, wasn't it?
Yes.
It was the scandal of him being found again with his drug problem.
Yeah.
But the names pour out at these tournaments. 94, not sure.
No.
When I go past 1990, I start struggling to remember the big names. 98 would be Zidane.
Yeah, but for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, but it still is football though, wasn't it?
No, that weren't 98, was it? That you done that. That was
that 94?
What? But no, that was much later, wasn't it?
Was it?
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
Okay.
I don't think it was 98, was it? No, it was later than that.
Okay. But this is where I need help. All of a sudden, I drew a blank. I can't really think of the names that have stood out in the following World Cups.
Well, it's not going to be Haaland this year.
It's not going to be Haaland this year.
That's a
for
fact.
Sure.
I think it was. I can't remember which tournament it was now, but De Bruyne he impressed me on the one tournament where Belgium had their first like breakthrough of being a team. I thought that he was absolute quality before he was at City, and I can remember looking at him then thinking, Christ, you're going to be a player.
I'll tell you, it was in '94.
Romario, yes.
Romario.
That's right.
And Bebeto.
Yes.
Yeah.
Romario, what a player he was.
Yeah. Feared him.
Yeah, he was
feared him.
Short and stocky, but then Ronaldinho as well. Jesus Christ, what a talent he was.
There you go. The names pop out, don't they? But I think as
that was in America, wasn't it? That was.
I thought it was a good World Cup.
'94. I really enjoyed that. It's my favourite World Cup so far.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. But like I said, you know, as time comes closer to the era we're at now, I don't seem to remember big names coming out of these World Cups.
Every one of them is Messi and Ronaldo.
Yeah.
For the last 10, 15, 20 years, isn't it?
Yeah.
Messi, Ronaldo.
So in 1990, I mentioned Gascoigne, but the boy Scalacci at Italy came from nowhere. It's like banging in goals left, right, and centre. Yeah. You know. But yeah, it would be really difficult. Even the last World Cup, I couldn't
Del Piero.
Del Piero
as well. Del Piero.
Yeah.
He's
Baggio.
Yeah.
Yeah. So have we got these players for this World Cup?
Well, I think yes, we have, but I think the playing field is levelled off somewhat from then and now.
Yeah.
Those players were exceptional, while the rest of the world was pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas now there's a lot more exceptional players around. As individuals, your Mo Salahs, your Mane, Haaland, even though he's not going, your Messi and Ronaldo still, they're different for their country. Yeah. Gareth Bale for Wales.
Bale's a massive name.
Well, and Aaron Ramsey for Wales. They're exceptional players. And then you've got you've then got like England. Who have still got Harry Kane on his days, an exceptional player, arguably the best striker in the world.
But I'm hearing from his manager over the last week how tired Harry Kane is.
Well,
and he's got to go straight into a World Cup.
Yeah, well, they all have, haven't they? But yeah,
this is incredible.
Yeah, that's it. So I think that there's a lot more to choose from nowadays than there was then. And I think that if we went through the teams, we could probably name a world-class player in each of the teams in the World Cup. Oh. But you go back 20 years, it was really only the main players, wasn't it? Where you could name the big teams where you could name a world-class player.
Yeah.
All of the others were just developing. I was going to say bang average, that's not fair. Developing. But there you go.
But all great players are only great because of the teams they play in. Without that team, they wouldn't be the same player, would they?
I don't know about that.
I would say so.
I think it helps, but the prime example for me on this one is when David Beckham scored that free kick that got us to the Worlds against Greece.
Against Greece, wasn't it? Yeah.
Now, everyone else, from me watching it, from what I can see, everyone else had given up except for David Beckham, who covered every blade of grass in that game, won every tackle, won every header, passed every football, and he single-handedly got us through that game, single-handedly, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah.
But then, in your going along your side, your train of thought as well, you didn't necessarily bring that to a tournament.
No.
You have to rely on more of the team in a tournament. So, yeah, I suppose you got a point, actually.
Interesting, really. Interesting. You know, going right back, a lot of people won't even remember him when you look at Johan Cruyff.
Who?
Yeah, what a great player that was. He had a great team around him as well. And the way they played the game, what they called total football back then, absolutely suited him. You know, so yeah, I think it does does make a difference in what team you're with, obviously.
Oh, well, of course it does.
Yeah.
But there you go. So, you want to go through the squads then?
Let's have a look at the groups.
Well, groups, not squads.
The groups.
Because as it says, it's crept up on us. So, Group A. What a group this is. Qatar.
Is that Qatar or Qatar?
Qatar.
Qatar.
Qatar. I don't know actually.
Qatar.
Everyone says Qatar.
Yeah.
Or is it Qatar? No, that's...
Is it Qatar because it hasn't got a U after the Q?
What would that make it then? Qatar.
Qatar.
Qatar. What are you on about? Ecuador, Senegal and Netherlands. What are you for?
Well, the standout team there is obviously the Netherlands.
Do you reckon?
Holland.
Do you reckon?
It's Holland in my day. Apparently it's politically correct to say the
Why?
Netherlands.
Why?
Because
I never knew this.
Holland, what is it they call it? Amsterdam is in a region of Holland.
Yeah.
Which is a bit like the Basque region in Spain.
Okay.
Right? And the Dutch thing comes from there. But they want to be known, obviously, as the whole of the Netherlands, because that's what the country is called.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. I thought it was something out of Game of Thrones, if I'm honest. Netherlands.
You could be right.
Just by the wall, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or is it where Peter Pan lives? No. Anyway, the two teams for me to go through that, I think, are quite obvious. Netherlands and Senegal for me. I would even say Senegal to win that group.
Yeah. I can't argue with that.
I think.
I can't argue with that.
Should we have a little look at does this bring the players up? Let's have a look.
Ecuador will surprise in a couple of those games, I think.
Yeah, well, maybe. I don't know. It amazes me how Qatar even qualified.
Well, it was a long road, wasn't it? A long road. A lot of money.
They beat America in the playoffs, didn't they? To get there.
I'm not sure if they beat them or if they just had more money.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, that's the only way. I don't know, I didn't even know they had a national team, if I'm honest. Is that wrong of me? Is that ignorant of me?
Well, they had to have, that was part of the deal, that they had to have a national team to be able to hold the World Cup.
So is it a new team form then?
So it was formed once they made the bid.
Right, everything's fair there, isn't it? I didn't know that. And if that is true, scandalous. Scandalous. So, do you want to say anything else on Group A?
I don't see any of those winning it.
Qatar, Ecuador, Senegal, Netherlands.
Yeah, I don't see anybody winning it from that group.
Who do you reckon's going to go the furthest?
Furthest, probably Senegal.
Because out of Group B, that's what would end up playing, wouldn't it?
So the winners of Group A play the runners up in Group B.
I believe so,
like
yeah.
Yeah.
I believe so.
So who's in Group B?
Group B is England, Iran, America and Wales.
Well, there's two that stand out there that should go through.
Well, that's...
Iran and USA.
Yeah. I knew you'd say that. Can you imagine Iran in USA going for it? I reckon it's the two.
It's got to be England and Wales that go for it.
Well, no, because America's a decent outfit.
They're
as well,
decent,
aren't they?
but they're still not what they were.
It's only one of those three for me: England, USA, and Wales. Now, on TalkSport, they're all saying that England should be rubbing their hands with this group.
No, I'm not so sure.
And they you know, it's practically a given. They should be getting out of this group. The quality that England have got, they should be getting out of this group. But having been a lifelong England fan, Wales, just like Scotland, it'll be their cup final, so they'll be bang up for it. And America are a decent outfit.
I think the nature of the Welsh is that they'll always be bang up for it, and I think they'll always give it a good go. And what they've managed to do is stay down to earth.
Do you know what? I love seeing the Welsh. The Welsh, the Scottish and the Irish, when they go to these tournaments. I love watching them. Because they bring party atmosphere. It's just great. It's, all right, everybody wants to win games, but they're there to soak it all up and do as best as they can. There's no pressure.
Yeah.
And they just come and enjoy it. And I love that. And the fans just send that vibe around.
Such a good atmosphere, isn't it?
Yeah.
Such a good atmosphere.
Yeah, it is. So the two to come out. Come on, you got to name two.
It's got to be England and Wales, really.
Do you reckon?
Yeah. Yeah. As much as I don't want it, I'd love to see, you know, I do think that England, as long as they don't get complacent and think that they're superior to the others,
which we have out there.
They should go for it.
I'd be tempted to go America over Wales.
Interesting.
Very tight, but I'd be tempted to. I don't know why. I think Qatar would just suit them a bit better than Wales.
Yeah, there's that as well. Yeah, you've got to remember just being thrown into that heat and everything. It's going to be a shock to a few.
Group C: Argentina, Saudi, Mexico, and Poland. That's a tough group, actually. They're all strong teams. The Saudis, in particular, are.
They're no mugs, you know.
No, not at all.
They're no mugs. For me, Argentina, if they get through the group, I think they're in a great shout of winning the whole tournament.
They're one of my favourites for the tournament. Argentina, they're playing well, and they're bringing on a bunch of kids as well now. So I think from what I was reading, there's no pressure put on Argentina.
Yeah.
Now, but obviously with Messi running out of time to get a big trophy, is he gonna come to the fore? Is this going to be his tournament?
Do you know, I that was a big thing around his neck, wasn't it? Until they won Copa America, was it last year? That was the first international tournament that he'd won, and I was watching the film footage of it. The relief for him to have said, "Right, I've actually got a trophy," because the people of Argentina were actually turning against him.
Yeah.
You know, they were saying, you know, because he left Argentina as a young boy. Went to Barcelona, you know, is he really that loyal to Argentina and all the rest of it, or is he just playing because that's his opportunity? You know, and there was a big gathering of fans that were against him even being selected.
Yeah.
And obviously the Maradona thing kept coming back. But when he went out and they won that Copa America, the relief on him. So I'm thinking in this World Cup, maybe he hasn't got that pressure this time.
Yeah, true.
Maybe he hasn't got that pressure this time.
I don't think he has, because of the kids coming through. The kids are taking the pressure off him, I think.
Yeah.
So I reckon they'd be group winners. And then Saudi, Mexico or Poland, mate?
It's going to be Mexico.
Yeah, I can't see past that, if I'm honest. Poland can...
Mexico's a country, because you hear about the Copa America.
Yeah.
You start hearing now about the African Nations Cup and all that, but you don't hear about Mexico. They just come in every tournament, every World Cup they're there, and they just come in quietly, and then people get a shock on just how good they are.
Good point. Argies and Mexico for that one then. Group D. Ooh. France, Australia, Denmark, Tunisia.
Well, right off Tunisia.
I've written them off already.
Write them off.
And I'm writing France off for not going through. They'll win the group. France.
Yeah, well, they should do.
They'll win that group.
They should do.
And then it's a toss-up between Australia and Denmark. I think France would win that group, if I'm honest. Should win that group. Definitely.
As long as they don't do what they did in the one World Cup, where they lost their opening game to Senegal.
Yeah.
And then struggled.
Yeah, naturally.
But to be fair, with the squad they've got, they should be walking that.
They should get through that group easy, I think. Easy. And then Australia, Denmark.
Two similar teams, I would say.
Yeah, I think so.
Two similar teams.
I think Denmark might just have the edge.
they're a unit, aren't they, Denmark?
Yeah.
When you think of recent times, with the Ericsson thing and all the rest of it, they are a very tight unit.
Galvanised them, definitely.
So, yeah, they'll be hard to beat.
Is Tim Cahill still playing for Australia?
He's actually, at this moment in time, the head of football development in Qatar.
For Qatar?
Yeah.
Is he? Oh, well then, I've changed my mind now. I reckon Qatar will get out of that group. What a legend he is. So, who are you going for in that one?
Well, there's no option really but to go for France.
And?
I'd love to see Australia go through, but I do think because of the solid unit of Denmark, it'll be Denmark.
Yeah, I do as well. That's what I think too. Tight, but it'll be that. I don't think Tunisia's got a chance really. So Group E, got the big boys in this one.
Go on.
Spain, Costa Rica, Germany, and Japan.
Well, you would imagine that Spain would go through, but never write off those Japanese.
No, I think that in the last tournament they gave a good account of themselves, didn't they?
Yeah, you never write. You don't hear so much of the J League these days.
No.
You did going back a few years ago. It was quite a big thing, you know, big stars, bit like the MLS really.
Yeah,
you know,
the
big stars went to Japan and played.
Yeah.
Lineker is a prime example, like, you know, the boy that I mentioned earlier, Scalacci.
Yeah.
You know, he had a brilliant World Cup and then so sod Italy, I'm off to Japan. You know, but you don't hear of that these days. But every tournament they turn up at, they're a useful outfit.
They take points, don't they? They do take points.
Yeah.
But can you see them getting any points against Spain and Germany?
Spain. I think I can see them getting points off of Spain.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the Germans will be the Germans.
Mechanical, industrious.
Yeah.
Do what they do.
They just know how to get the job done.
Yeah, they really do.
You know, as much as we all don't like it, they know how to get the job done.
Yeah, definitely. I can't see. I can't get past Spain and Germany getting out of that group though. For me, I think Spain, even though they're rocky, they still have too much quality for Japan.
I think on paper you're right, but I'm going to throw in there that Japan will go through
instead of
Spain.
I like the bollocks, mate. It's got to be done sometimes.
Yeah. It's
got to be done.
You get a feeling sometimes, don't you, about things. And
Group F: Belgium, Canada, Morocco, Croatia. It's not the strongest group there, is it?
It's pretty obvious, those two, isn't it? Belgium and bloody Croatia.
Yeah, it's good to see Canada there.
Canada, that's great. Yeah, it is great to see that.
Have they been only to, I think, one other in it, maybe two others.
Two, I think, two previous.
Yeah, I haven't seen them there for a while.
Two previous. So yeah, fair play to Canada for getting there and everything. I'm sure they're going to entertain, but those are two strong sides of the
Belgium and Croatia, absolutely. Yeah, head and shoulders above everyone else.
Yeah.
In there, don't really need to speak about anything else, do we, on that one?
Not really, because it's a done deal, I think.
Done deal. Group G then. Oh, this one's a little bit more. So we got Brazil, Serbia, Switzerland, and Cameroon.
So Cameroon, for me, are not what
Roger Miller used to bring to the squad.
It's not the same thing. Brazil, yeah, they're doing really, really well at the moment, aren't they?
I think they might be my favourites, but we'll discuss that a bit later.
Squad. Yeah. Who's the other two? Serbia.
And Switzerland.
Switzerland
are always there or thereabouts.
Yeah. You can't never write Switzerland off, can you?
Always.
They're not a team that spring out at you at every tournament, yet they're there and they always have a good run, don't they?
Always have a good run. They don't lie down, do they, the Swiss?
No.
They're certainly not there to be rolled over. They generally get out of the group as well.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm looking at that, and I am thinking Brazil and Switzerland to go for it.
Brazil and Switzerland.
Yeah.
I think I don't think I could argue with that. Maybe, I don't know, Serbia are a difficult team to play against. But they're not. No. They're not the quality of the other two.
They're not as well tuned, are they, as the other two?
No.
For sure.
They're always difficult. Serbia, they always are. And then the other group, the final group, Group H, Portugal, Ghana, Uruguay, South Korea. That's a tough group.
Oh. Did you call that the group of death this year?
Possibly. Maybe even the France, Australia. No, that's not a group of death, is it? No. Yeah, I think that's got to be the toughest group of the lot.
It does, doesn't it?
Portugal, Ghana, Uruguay, South Korea. 4 very good sides.
That's going to be a difficult group.
4, yeah. Yeah, I think it is. Oh,
I can't even say a favourite there. You know, when you look at Portugal in European football, you'd say yeah. But when you throw that mix in there
with Ghana in particular,
Ghana, you know, there's no guarantee of them winning any games.
No, and Ghana are class at the moment.
Yeah,
Ghana's a real good team,
and they'll handle the heats, etc., etc. So yeah, that's Uruguay. You can never write Uruguay off, because if the football ain't working, they'll kick you to death.
True. True. And South Korea.
Yeah.
It's got to be. It's not got to be. I'm going to have to stick with the top 2, Portugal and Ghana for me, I think. I'm not convinced though, but you've got to answer.
No. Yeah, I think I'd agree with that. The top 2.
I can't say what order though.
Portugal and Ghana.
I can't say what
order. I'm
order.
not sure about Portugal. Jono, they've got some great players. They got real good players, but I'm not sure. That's such a tough group.
So if not who? Ghana then? Yeah, you saying Ghana?
Ghana, yeah.
And then if not Portugal, who?
It will be Uruguay. The South Koreans are a bit like Japan.
They'll have a go.
They'll have a right
Uruguay
go.
will have a go as well, but they're not the force they used to be either.
No.
Back in the 1920s.
They kept winning it, didn't they? So yeah.
Portugal.
Yeah. I think Ghana's the favourites there.
Ghana.
For me.
And then
it's between Portugal.
Go on.
Yeah.
No.
You want Portugal to go through, don't you?
I don't want Portugal to go through. I don't care. I think that they'll go through. I think they'll edge South Korea.
I think they'll scrape it.
And I do think Uruguay will be last.
So it's Ghana 1 and Portugal 2 for me.
Yeah, that's what I kind of leaning towards as well, I think.
Okay.
So that's it. That's the groups. That's all of the groups. So out of them then, what we've got going through to the next round, if I can find it now, I've just mashed it all up, is FC Wickham. Oh, I've come onto the wrong page.
Well, they got to mention.
Yeah.
They got to mention. That's the main thing.
Yeah, they did. Definitely. So we got going through out of Group A, we've agreed it's going to be Senegal and Netherlands. Group B, England and America / Wales. And I'm with you on that. I think it could be. Yeah. Group C, we've gone for Argentina and Mexico.
Yeah.
Group D, we've gone for France and Denmark.
Yeah, 100%.
Group E is Spain and Germany.
Just.
Ahead of Japan.
No, I said Japan on that one.
Did you?
Ahead of Spain.
Oh, yeah. Germany and Japan. I'm still going to chuck Spain in there. I think they'll get through. They'll get the job done. Might not set the world on fire, but... Group F, one-way street, Belgium and Croatia.
Yeah.
Ahead of Canada and Morocco. And Group G, Brazil, Switzerland.
Yeah.
I know we just discussed that, but even then I was looking at it thinking, yeah, I'm not sure though. And then Group H, we've gone for Portugal and Ghana.
Yeah.
So who's the winner?
Ghana.
No.
The tournament.
Overall, who's your winner?
The whole tournament.
Yeah. But, all right, before we go that far, Who do you think then is going to be the surprise outfit? Who's the one that's going to set the tournament on fire? It's not always the winner, is it? As we know. Which team do you think will actually go and enjoy it and set the world alight?
I'm gonna say that things build in World Cups, especially for the smaller nations, footballing wise.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at it and I'm thinking to myself that if Wales get off to a good start, it'll build. And it's the same with Denmark. So it will be one of those two teams that I think will be the surprise package.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I can't argue with that. I think Senegal's going to have a good tournament.
Yeah.
But they're in my eyes, they're a big club, a big team anyway. Big club.
Yeah.
They're a big one anyway, so I wouldn't mind. I would chuck them into the mix, and Ghana for that matter, both of those. But other than that, I can't see Costa Rica having a good run. Canada, I think they might enjoy the party.
Yeah. They've got to, haven't they?
I think Canada
They've got to. They've got all that effort to get there. They might as well enjoy it.
And they've got Belgium, Croatia, Morocco, so it's going to be tough to get anything from them. But I think they're going to enjoy it, and that'll be it. I think the two teams I think will enjoy it will be Canada and Japan.
Yeah, and South Korea. I'd throw them in that.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think they're. So for me, I think they'll be the overachievers in the tournament. That's what I would like to think anyway.
Yeah.
Good.
So go on then. Where are we going with it? Your team to win?
I'm torn between two. I'm torn between the old guard, Brazil and Argentina.
That's the ones for me.
They're the two strongest in my eyes. We talk about Spain being in the mix. They're not the same as they were 5-10 years ago. France again. They're coming on. They've from what I can understand, there's a load of youth coming through with France again. They got that mix, and also I think they're looking ahead more than now.
Yeah.
But they'll be strong, I think. And then England, with all the hype and surrounds with the tournaments over the last couple of years, you'd like to think that momentum would still carry.
See, that's the thing with England results recently, isn't it? You had the World Cup semi-final, then you had the Euro final.
And the Nations League final.
Yeah. Has that taken its toll? Has that been England's peak? Has it been a kick in the arse to them where the confidence is shot?
And they haven't really injected any sort of freshness into it either. Have they? The only fresh person to come in, I think, is Jude Bellingham, isn't it?
And he's terrific.
And Connor Cody.
Jude Bellingham could be the name that comes out of this tournament.
Yeah, absolutely.
Massively, I think. He is such a good player.
Yeah, I quite like. Well, he's incredible, isn't he? Let's be honest. And he complements Rice very well.
Yeah.
Really did Bellingham and Rice. Making me hungry. It is though, isn't it? It does make you good. Make him good. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we've got a week to go. I'm going to predict the same as you. It's got to be between Brazil and Argentina.
I don't know the format, so I don't know if the two of them can get to the final.
Normally, I haven't looked at that.
No, I haven't.
I do know Argentina are on a long run of games without losing. But the Brazil squad looks very good as well. We shouldn't write off France. Shouldn't write them off. But I do think it will be one of those two, Brazil or Argentina.
Go on then, let me push you. Go on, let me push you.
Push me.
Which one?
Out the two. Trouble is with Brazil, it's always your heart, isn't it? It's because of the history of and everything. You got to remember, I lived through the glorious years of Brazil as well. You know, where their football was absolutely bloody outstanding.
Yeah.
You know, then obviously they play a more European way. Was what we discussed before. It's across the board around the world now the way teams play.
Yeah.
But your heart still goes back every time to Brazil. You're thinking, come on, Brazil, you got to do it. You got to do it. I got a feeling it'll be Argentina.
That's exactly where I was going as well. I think
they got that steely side to them.
Yeah, I do as well.
Brazil haven't quite got.
Like I said, I believe they've got that introduction of the youth come in, the young guys. They've gelled. Messi no longer has this pressure all over his shoulders now, because some of these younger kids are coming on and taking the pressure.
Doing really well, aren't they?
Taking it away from him, so he can just go about and do his own thing now. And so I don't think I could look much past Argentina or Brazil.
Okay, no, I'm going on
or
Argentina.
France.
You can't write either of those two off.
Or Qatar.
They might surprise a few people.
Yeah, they might do. Yeah, they might
open a bar.
They might give a few quid to the officials.
Yeah.
You can't say that. No. Scratch that. I didn't say that. I don't want to get sued.
You did say that. You did say it. Yeah.
How else they get it?
Yeah, well, exactly right. If you started paying from the beginning, you might as well pay right through to the end.
Have you seen the footage of when the announcement was made? So you had all the Qatar delegates and you had all the American delegates. Bill Clinton as well was one of them.
Yeah.
In the crowd, and then Sepp Blatter just pulls out and goes, "The winner is Qatar."
He went like that, didn't he?
Yeah, Qatar. And then all of the Qatarians, or whatever they're called, Qataris or whatever, they all, yay. And then you look at the Americans, and I'm like,
it wasn't just the Americans.
Well, no, you heard the boo go all the way around, yeah.
To begin with, in the whole of the rest of that bloody auditorium, or whatever you want to call it, silence.
Yeah.
And then you have the Qataris jumping, all on their own.
Absolutely. And the Americans just looked at each other as this, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And rightly so. And yet I think that they had arguably the best tournament I've seen.
Well, I said, my favourite all-time tournament was 1970.
Yeah, I don't remember that one at all.
It was just something. It was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Football was brilliant.
Where was that at?
That was in Mexico.
Right.
But you look at it, and you had an improved England team in that tournament to the one that won it.
Yeah, I know. I've heard this story.
It really was.
Yeah.
You had a really good Germany team. The Italians were spectacular, solid like you expect the Italians, but they had some strikers as well. Rivera, and I think his name was Riviera was the other one. But then you moved into Brazil, the Brazilian team, and literally names roll off the tongue. And it's not just names. The football was just incredible. And what was new was, like I said to you, you had your colour telly for the first time. It ain't like colour telly you see today where everything's crystal clear, isn't it? The colours are all bleary. And all the rest of it, you know. You had the first ever soccer panel.
Okay.
You know, at the end of the game where we see
analysing stuff.
Yeah, your Ian Wrights and what have you. It was the first one ever, was it, that World Cup. So yeah, there's so much to do with that. And I still remember that summer, going up to my local sports field, socks rolled down. You know, I wanted to be one of these players. It was just so special. But I have to say that 94 in America, I loved that one as well. I really did. Really, I loved the Jack Charlton stuff with Ireland.
Oh yeah.
Or
the Ray Houghton goal.
What we've just mentioned.
Yeah.
The Ray Houghton goal against Italy.
What a goal! What a goal!
In the
What a
New
result!
York Stadium. where half of New York's Italian and half's Irish, but the Irish filled the stadium.
Yeah.
It's just
the
incredible.
Irish in that tournament was just incredible, and the way Jack Charlton went about that as well. Like I think we've talked about that in previous videos, and all about how he managed to get hold of, because your dentist's dog's grandmother's auntie was drank a pint of Guinness on one night out. You're Irish, you're in. So
yeah, you're in. Yeah.
Amazing.
But the genius, I think from memory, the genius side to that is from Jack Charlton, is he took Paul McGrath and took him out as centre back and played him as a midfield player, and that for me was genius. You know, what a decision to make. What a great team though. They realistically, they could have won that tournament.
Yeah, they could have done. Yeah.
But it goes back to, for me, again, what you were saying earlier, the British nations. And I genuinely hope that England can be brought into that, but the partying is great, isn't it?
Yeah, well, this is one thing that annoys me with England, and the fans, they get a bit, don't they?
Yeah.
The fans, it's not so much a party as it is with the Welsh and the Irish. There don't seem to be any trouble. I'm not saying that the English are trouble. Sometimes they get targeted because of previous reputations, and then when they stand up for themselves, it's the English again.
Oh yeah, no, I get that. I do get that.
But there are an element. We probably know a couple of them that just go out there just for one reason and one reason only.
Yeah,
so
yeah, that's true.
But it's not the party that the other nations bring. Definitely not.
No.
There we go then.
Okay, so what's your choice? Who's going to win this World Cup?
I've answered. I've told you my choice. Oh, you're talking to them? This is new.
Who are they?
Oh, I was bringing them into it.
Who are they?
Hello.
What's your choice?
Hello, you out there. Hiya.
Send the message. Let us know. But do it quick. All the best.
All the best.
Thank you for watching. Hit the like button. Subscribe. That's Mexico.
No, it was America, wasn't it? America. That was the theme for them. Bye.
See you all later.